in there. Okay. Simon,
What's up, man? Good to
Simon,
see you again, man.
how you feeling?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm great, bro. I'm great. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Trying to take it easy here in New York City, trying to stay safe.
Yeah. I'm staying, real close with my people up there, or trying to. Um, you know, it's because
Right.
it's definitely one of the hotbeds, but man, all we can really do is stay prayed up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I want to thank you for taking the time out for this interview and everyone who's in here to listen in. We're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Carl Thomas's debut album, Emotional.
Yeah, it's
Classic
crazy.
album, undoubtedly classic album. It's crazy, 20 years, man. Like, what do you remember about your mindset of creating that album?
Um, I just remember it being a really exciting time. You know, you don't really know that you're actually a part of any type of history
Yeah.
until you take a couple of steps back and realize that you're a letter that's a part of a word, it's a part of a sentence, that's a part of a paragraph, that's a part of a
Yeah.
novel that's being written. So you don't really know. You just kind of plan it out as you've always planned it. I mean, for me to be in that position to record that album, I worked a long time to put myself in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone knows, of course, legendary Bad Boy Records, Puff Daddy, the whole thing. You were part of that whole movement. Like, just tell us what it was like being around that era and being around that whole crew and that scene.
Um, it was a lot of things, you know what I mean? It was it was school.
Mm.
If you paid attention, you get a sneak peek into everybody else's opinion about what it is that we're doing, and you get to compare notes. So it was school, you know, and it was just I didn't realize at the time uh, how important of an era that I was putting bricks on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Adding bricks to that building. I didn't really understand at the time, but I definitely thank God that album was the foundation of my career.
Right.
A lot of artists don't get that opportunity to be debuted with such a definitive piece of work. One day I want to kind of let everybody hear the records that didn't make that album.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm sure there's some good stuff there.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely interesting. It's a lot of that stuff is definitely up for debate,
Mhm.
whether or not it should have made the album at all. But all in all, I'm proud of the project. My dog's out there barking.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, definitely, like I said, classic album. I know some people in the comments agree. Most people, some people don't like Puff in these comments, though. I mean,
You said some
hate
people
Puff,
what?
don't like Puffy. I mean, I see some of these comments, but hate him or love him, whatever. It is what it is. But one thing about your debut, man, you had some big hits on there. Some of these hits still allow you to tour to this day and make people happy to this day on stage. Like, I Wish, Emotional, Summer Rain. What do you remember about creating some of those songs?
Um, there was some of the records that I created, some of the records I recorded, I knew.
Mm.
And then there was a lot of the records that I did that I really didn't know.
Right.
I'd say I definitely knew that Superstar, you know what I mean,
Mm.
was one of those
Yeah.
records. I Wish I Never Met Her. Um, Emotional. Some records I just automatically got that feeling behind. And then it was the other records I kind of had to listen to a few hundred times to really get convinced.
Right. Oh, wow. And, one thing I remember about that era, man, you know, starting with the Been Around the World remix, it seemed like you were on almost everyone's single, you know, like hip hop artists would have a call Thomas Hook. I remember
Oh
you,
yeah, yeah,
you and like
yeah,
you, Lil Mo, and Nate Dogg were everywhere on everyone's singles and chorus, man. That's what I remember. So, what do you remember about being a part of
yeah.
so many hits?
I mean, you know, that definitely was just always a pastime that I you know, learned how to make money from. You know,
Mhm.
I always wanted to. You know, I mean, I grew up in that culture. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those kids that was running home to watch Rap City.
Right,
um,
right, right. That's dope, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
You know
saw.
what I mean? But I never, you know, but I really thank God for still being here.
Right.
There's a lot of artists who are not here
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Uh, you know, grace don't look the same to everybody. You
Mm,
know, and I had to understand that and relax in my own grace and know that that this is a career where this isn't like other genres. You know, you never have to retire from R&B.
right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? So I'll be doing
100%.
this when all my hair is white. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Hey, yeah, don't let them convince you to go gray, Thomas, man. It's a trap, son.
I'm already gray, man. It's too late.
It's
I
a
just let
trap,
it go.
son. Tell you, man, don't do it, man.
Oh man,
Don't
I
let
don't
them
mind though.
convince you of that, man. Take them Chinese. Take them Chinese herbs, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Keep it in the black. I don't know,
Yeah.
just for men. I don't know.
Yeah. I got a few grays coming in, but you know, it's
Yeah,
all good,
man.
man. But
Yeah,
let me
but
see.
I hope everybody is out there, staying safe and practicing social distancing. I've had a few friends in New York that I've lost, due to this
Oh wow.
pandemic,
Oh wow.
um, as well as some really close loved ones. So I just hope
So sorry to
everybody.
hear that.
I really, and this is really it's crazy with this corona thing because it's like when you die from this, you die alone.
Yeah.
You know, and I know we none of us ever really thought that things would play out like this, but you never try to call the end of the story. But I think
Right.
that I think that God hears prayer, and I think that we'll be fine.
Yep.
Given some time, to kind of we're gonna be licking wounds for a while. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We'll definitely be licking our wounds from this for a while, but and I just want everybody out there to just stay safe, man, and just use your better judgment.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to say it. Use your better judgment.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You feel like that grocery store is a little bit too packed. You walk in there, just walk out, man.
Yeah.
Follow your first mind.
100%.
Yeah,
But can I
follow your
can
first mind, man. Just use your better judgment, man.
let me
Try to.
share something with you though, on behalf of R&B lovers. You know, artists like yourself, you gave us a gift because music is what helps us heal, and you gave us timeless music over the years. In fact, I saw someone made a comment in this chat that said, "Summer rain, it sings me to sleep every night." You know, like imagine the gift you've given us where we can still play these songs and they help us heal. You know, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's definitely a blessing to be woven into that fabric
Yeah.
because that's an important facet. Because I have music that I gravitate towards. It helps me. It helps me sleep.
Yeah.
It helps
Yeah.
me relaxing and to get into that comfort zone. So to be considered by somebody else, in that manner, that means a
Yeah.
lot. Definitely.
I saw another. I saw
We
another.
talk we talk a lot about certain records, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of records that really didn't get their shine or recognition, this and that. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the the anniversary is actually Saturday.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
Coming
that's a
up.
Saturday. So I'm gonna do a small performance right here, just at home in
Awesome.
my living room. Hey,
Dope, dope.
Chocolate, I see you. But I'm gonna do a small performance just right here at home. But I'm not gonna do any of the records that you normally hear me perform.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what
That's
I
real
mean?
cool.
I'm just gonna concentrate on the B sides.
That's
You know
special,
what I
man.
mean? Yeah, yeah. I'm just
I'm
gonna
looking forward to
concentrate on those records. Um, some of your favorite interludes,
it.
that people fell in love with and things like that. So
That's gonna be
it'll
epic, man.
definitely, yeah, yeah. Saturday night. I'm not really sure. Around 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
7 or 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? I just want to concentrate on some B sides and just run through a few of those and try to jog people's memory a little bit.
Mhm. Sometimes those are the best, man. They don't. They're not always just radio friendly or whatever they want to call it, but sometimes those live with us the best.
Definitely, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I saw Carl. I saw another interesting comment here from one of your fans that said, "I've loved you since the open mic days in New York City." Man,
Yeah,
remember that, Ryan?
a lot of people they'll never understand that.
Yeah.
They'll never understand that whole era. You know what I mean? It's that that was the '90s for me. I wasn't putting out records in the '90s. I was preparing for 2000 to put out a record, but that open mic, just that era really set the tone and allowed me to make the connections that I needed to. Yeah, I see somebody say Cafe Wa,
Yep.
DJ
Yep.
Chaz and Wilson's. Yeah, yeah. The Blue Angel. I didn't see anybody shout out to Blue Angel, but Cafe Y definitely was, and definitely Tuesday night at Nels. I saw that.
Wow.
Village
That's dope.
Underground, of course, was a staple,
Right.
of course, but you know, and it wasn't that easy because open mic in New York in the '90s was very competitive. Now, I go to open mic in New York now, and everybody kumbaya.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But for us, I mean, we was all cool, and we was definitely all friends on the open mic circuit. But we had a goal in mind, you know, and the goal of mine was just to lay down in the path of opportunity and make sure somebody tripped over us, man.
Yeah. How did you originally get discovered? What was that story like? How did you originally sign to Bad
Well,
Boy?
I mean, um, Bad Boy was like my third record deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had a couple of other deals before when I was singing with a group
I
called
remember that.
Formula.
I remember.
I know you know about that. Yeah. So I remember Biggie was actually invited to go out and be the opening act for R. Kelly's 12 play tour at the time. I believe he came off the tour on a Sunday morning and was looking for somewhere to go on a Sunday night. When he got back to New York, was looking for somewhere to go, and he came to Chaz and Wilson's, and Puff came with him, and it was just right time. It was like the timing type of thing. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like I just happened to be on stage doing my thing when Puff walked in, and
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and it was cool. It was cool. Afterwards, I don't know. I went right back to the table I was sitting at, and then he like sent a note over to the table on a napkin. Was like, "Yo, you got a deal?"
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. But he was real cool with it, and you know, we just started talking that day, and just we developed a relationship, and you know, we've been cool ever since, man. You know,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just Puff just he got it. You know what I mean? He was one of the people who got it. You know, he asked me all the time, "Hey, Greg." He asked me all the time, you know, like how you know, saw myself. And I never knew why he asked me that so much, but I see now that he wanted to see if he could marry, you know what I mean, my vision for myself with his vision.
Mm,
And I think that he did a really good job of that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he, you know, that's one thing I can say. Recording that album, he listened to me a lot. You know, whereas I was used to producers being, you know, a little bit more stern than that, but Puff was a little bit more open to
Mm,
experimenting. You know what I mean? We recorded a lot of records for that album.
yeah.
A lot of records.
Damn.
That's what I said one day. I wanna give people a chance to, you know, hear the records that didn't make it.
That'd be amazing, man.
Yeah.
Man. And what year was that meeting? That was 96? What year was that? Or 97?
I believe it was the end of '96. I think
Gotcha. Okay. History right there, man. That's a great story.
it was. Yeah, the end of '96. I believe.
Gotcha. And one last thing I got to ask you, and then if you want to take some of your fans' questions after that, but I just got to ask, man, it's been, I think, about 8 years since your last album, Carl. You know, us R&B lovers are not patient. So, man, what can you tell us?
Oh, okay.
What can you tell us?
But I am gonna release a single this summer. You
This
know,
summer? Okay.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Quarantine or not, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Got you, man.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And I know it's been a minute, you know,
Yeah,
since I've released material, and I don't really talk a whole lot,
right.
um, you know, with the fans about music, and I really should. I really should. I really should talk a lot more. I think I'm gonna have a scheduled day once a week where I just kind of go live and just, you know, see what everybody else is thinking. I
That'd be
love
dope.
getting everybody else's. Yeah. Even the comments that, you know, aren't so cool.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, whatever. You know, you can learn something from anything.
yeah.
You know, so even the comments that aren't cool, I still learn from them.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like when I'm performing on stage, it's like if I see there's somebody in the room, you know, that I haven't won over, you know, then I take that as my personal challenge. It's like that's okay. That's
mm,
that's my fight. I gotta, you know, I
yeah.
gotta jab in that direction a little
Oh,
bit.
man,
Yeah.
it's a different time, man. You know, the social media era, people are always on their cell phones at concerts now, and it's,
Yeah. And I'm usually on social media, um, you know, being the home me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm usually on social media being that guy, and I'm rarely on here talking about a lot of music. I see Mark Knox on here. All right. I'm rarely on here, you know, talking about music, and but I think I wanna reopen that whole conversation in my life. Period.
right,
It's the conversation about music, um,
right.
the conversation about rhythm and blues.
Yep.
Um, you know, I wanna I wanna help it progress.
Yeah,
Let me see.
yeah,
You know what I mean? The genre. I'd like to help it move along. You know, in a respectful manner, in a fun manner. One thing that a lot of R&B artists have to remember is that we are responsible as R&B artists for a lot of things. But a lot of times the R&B artists forget that we're also responsible for having fun too.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we can be so cool and sexy and introspective that we're not even having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right. Man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, and it's a time, you know, it's definitely a time and place for everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike City, who I just saw check in. I know you guys have
Oh,
a lot of
City,
history.
oh, I didn't see City checked in. Mike
Yeah.
City. But me and Mike have definitely, you know, we've been talking about working. See Shane Anderson, Bay Area up in here. See Baltimore, Mike Thomas. I see Young Lion.
I don't know,
Yeah,
Carl.
yeah, yeah.
You want to take any? You have any time to take some questions from fans, or what do you want to
Oh
do?
yeah, man. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
What's up,
if
Mike
there's
City? I saw.
anything, that anybody, you know, felt that we left out or wanted to add, you know, I'm definitely here for it.
And Carl, if you don't mind, once the live is over, do you mind just saving the video just so I can capture it and share it on the site and all that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm learning how to do all that right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyone that have any questions I want to ask Carl? There's
What is
one.
your
There's
favorite song that you ever made? That's
That's a good one. That's a
favorite
tough
song I ever made. Phew, man, I got to think about that one. I wouldn't know how to answer that one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to answer it. Tell you.
You know what I was thinking about, Carl, today? The cover art from Emotional with the gaze you got going on the cover. You
Oh
remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They
We
made a
don't get
meme
that.
out of that gaze.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, they made a meme out of that gaze,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's good, but it's good to be a part of the hood like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You definitely, you know,
yeah.
it's all in fun. It's
It
all
was
in
all love.
love, but it is
All love.
funny.
Yeah.
I did laugh when I saw it first.
Favorite
Yeah.
song on the Emotional album? Can you name that?
Do I work with or mentor up and coming singers? Well, there's a lot of young singers that I try to do my part to encourage and inspire, and you know, I definitely extend my hand, whatever it is I can do.
Hmm.
Whether or not I have a specific protege, no,
Right.
I'd have to say no right now. But you know, I'm definitely in this for the end game, and I feel like it's you know, it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be you know, encouraging, you know, new cats in the game. I'm supposed to be, you know, making them feel comfortable with this or helping them in any manner that I can. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody said, "What was it like working with Kanye on Baby Don't Love Me?" Oh wow. So so me and Kanye did this song called "My Baby Don't Love Me" that just kind of took on a life of its own on the mixtape circuit, and I sometimes forget we even recorded that, and I
Yeah.
ran into Ye not too long ago, and we talked about possibly, you know, reviving that record.
Oh,
But
wow.
of course, he'd have to do it over. You know what I mean? Because I don't think anybody can get their hands on those files.
I
Yeah,
actually heard that one. I know that one. I like it too.
I don't think that. Yeah, it's an interesting record. You could
Yeah.
see him coming. You know what I'm saying? You could
Yeah.
definitely see it coming. And you really listen to the production of that record. and the style of music that he's producing right now, and it's just a refined version of the same thing, the same, flavor. Somebody said you and Snoop killed the game. Oh wow, we're talking about "Don't Kiss Me."
That was a great
Yeah,
song.
"Don't Kiss Me" video. "Don't Kiss Me" video was real cool. Snoop almost got us thrown out because he wouldn't put the weed out.
Oh,
Yeah, we were filming.
yeah.
We were filming that video. Snoop don't care. I mean, he don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't care where he lighting up. I think the only place he won't light up is a municipal building and in church. I think.
Yeah.
but it was fun doing that. You know what I mean? That record was like my Motown homage record. You know what I'm saying?
Love that record.
Yeah. Somebody said, "You smoke too, don't front on us." Those that know me definitely know that I definitely had my love affair, you know what I mean, with marijuana. But no, that's not where I'm at right now at this particular point in my life. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not indulging.
I saw this question asked a few times. Was "I Wish" a personal experience?
I wish, yeah, definitely it was. I've worked with Snoop a few times. He smoked constantly. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Tyrone Irving in the house. I wish was a funny story. The girl that song is about is like, well, let's just. She might be on his feed. Let's just be.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
she might be on his feed.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, yeah, but it was cool to put that story because I didn't really know that a lot of brothers, went through that. I think that my project hit different because it was no woman likes to hear a man complain, but I
Right.
did it in a slick way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a lot that went into recording the album that I didn't know. There were pieces, that were coming together that I really didn't know it was going to play such a big part. Like uh, Summer Rain, you know what I mean? Like Summer Rain,
Yeah.
one of the most interesting records of the project. Summer Rain was written and arranged by DJ Rogers Jr. He's on the feed somewhere.
He's in here. Yep.
He's on here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was written and arranged by DJ Rogers Jr. and it was produced by Heavy D and Warren Campbell. And I didn't really know that Summer Rain was really going to be what it was going to be until I finished that first verse.
Right. Wow. Wow.
Man, when I finished that first verse, man, oh man. I kind of walked out of the booth and just kind of walked around in a circle. I said, "Oh."
Wow. That's dope, man.
I said, "Oh, I got one right here, baby."
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
It's dope.
I definitely appreciate you, checking in with me and making sure I'm all right. And I'm definitely gonna get the music out, as soon as possible. Hopefully by my birthday. You know what I mean?
Dope.
That's great. You
Yeah,
know,
we're looking forward to it.
I'm a June baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
And don't forget those unreleased songs you promised us from the first album. We got it on camera.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I have a whole vault of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm definitely gonna go through it and see what it is I can let people hear.
Nice, man.
You
Nice.
know what I mean? Yeah, I want y'all to hear me, you know, on my Peter Brady. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
All
Yeah,
right, Carl.
man.
I'm going to sign off from here, but man, thank you so much once again for
Hey,
taking the
Thomas,
time. And
man.
I know it's looking out for me.
Hey,
Appreciate you, man.
are you getting your sleep pattern back right?
Just about. I'm trying, man. I have a
Okay.
good kid, man. He sleeps 7, 8, gives me 7 or 8 hours. That's all I need. So I'm good.
He sleep. The
He's
baby.
sleeping 12 hours. I'm
He
getting 8,
sleeps
7 or 8.
how long?
He's sleeping for 12. So I get
Oh,
7 or
you
8. So,
good? What are you
yeah.
talking about?
I'm on track, man.
Oh
I'm
man, you
refreshed.
absolutely good. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm lucky, man. Thank you for checking
Hey
in,
man,
man.
thank you, brother.
Appreciate you always.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
talk soon, man.
All right,
And save the video. Don't forget at the end.
I got you.
Peace, man.
All right.